お揃いで何か相談でも
A calm voice, not high or low, and neither oppressive nor soothing, rang out. His voice had the power to dispel the rising hostility between the man and woman that, at this point, threatened to pass the boiling point and erupt into an all-out battle to the death. What ran through the two of them was no mere sound, but the power of presence itself. It was as though the man had been sparkling in gold, embracing the deep darkness of the corridor. Neither Wilhelm nor Kay had felt anything like that from him before, and as such, it almost instantly brushed aside their fighting spirit.
Christoph.
Wilhelm's voice showed no hint of fellowship, however. The unfettered bloodlust that had been impregnated his eyes completely vanished as Wilhelm's shoulder trembled from laughter.
どうかなさいましたか
She cautiously gave Wilhelm a side glance. She couldn't let her guard down with that embodiment of pure malice. It wouldn't be all that surprising if you were to blab about how she killed Rizolka. However...
なんでもねえよ、クリストフ。あんまりにものどかで退屈だからよ。俺たちで一つ模擬戦でも追っ始めようかと思ってただけさ。
Surprisingly, Wilhelm chose to keep her secret to himself. Perhaps he'd been honest when he said he couldn't care less about any team killing.
ほう、随分と余裕が終わりなのですね。マレウスを失ったばかりだというのに。
ありゃあのズベが間抜けだったのさ。なあ、レオン。
Kay looked away from his malicious eyes. If she peered into that crimson abyss, all that awaited her was madness. She was now all too aware of that.
それはそうと、レオンハルド。
はい。
カインを封印したようですね。
Shrifa's question was a test to confirm where she stood. She could not let him notice her agitation and, above all, true goal.
カインは暴走し始めています。バビロンが自戒して以来。
Lisa had died because her lifespan had run out. At least that was how they'd explained it to her. It wasn't unreasonable. Even though she had an unaging body and was nearly immortal, what mattered most was the state of the soul. When human souls existed for almost a century, they would begin seeking death. That was how they were designed, and this principle is not to be taken lightly. So it could be said that Lisa, who was over 90 years old, was at a critical period. What's more, she hadn't shed her humanity to the extent others did, and didn't possess Rizolka's obsession with survival to hold out for hundreds of years. Her role had been to open the third swastika. There was a high possibility that succeeding in that put her at ease. The timing seemed a bit too coincidental, but Kay didn't feel like overthinking the matter. However, Wilhelm chuckled as if watching some lowbrow comedy. Kay completely ignored him.
カインはコントロールを失っています。しかも、その後の対応がよくありませんでした。
マレウスですか？
はい。
That name no longer agitated her.
彼女のやり方は、カインの肉体に無理を強いていました。今の彼は、もういつ砕けてもおかしくない。つまり、効率を考えてのことです。カインの戦力劣化を最小限にとどめるために稼働時間は抑えておくのが肝要か
だ
な。
としてもです。
The substitute commander raised a finger.
すぐ封印を解除してください。これはカインが必要な指令なのです。
Shriva spoke with utmost indifference. Kay was about to protest but swallowed her words before they could leave her mouth.
お忘れですか？これはハイドリヒ教の決定ですよ。あの方はおっしゃいました。カインを放てと。
それは。
Reinhard Heydrich, the harbinger of beguiling light, number one of the Obsidian Round Table, leader of the Longinus Dry-Sane Order. The very mention of his name prevented any attempts at rebuttal.
それに、これは通過儀礼なのですよ。レオンハルト。
通過儀礼。
Shrifa ignored her question and continued.
あなたの 黒煙卓への忠誠心を図るためのね。入団経緯の特殊性を考えれば、このような試験も致し方ないと考えてください。
The image of the laughing red-haired witch flashed through Kay's mind for a moment and vanished.
承知しました、ゲイか。
She swallowed her words and bowed her head. She had no other choice.
よろしく頼みました。
必ず。
Kay returned his thanks and disappeared into the darkness of the hallway towards the ice room where Cain slept. Once he could no longer see her, Shiva's glasses turned to the ivory demon. I stopped before the tower and frowned. The entire place was deserted. There was no sign of people or life.
ここ何の建物なんだっけ？
展望タワーだろ。確か電波塔も兼ねてんだよな。
中の階はコンベンションホールとかにもなってるわよね。いや、そんなことは分かってんのよ。
A convention hall. This place really was an ideal location to fill the conditions of opening a swastika. They sure won't have a problem finding people to sacrifice in here.
ま、言いたいことはわかるぜ。
Shiro looked up and nodded.
それにしちゃ静かすぎる。
嵐の前のならいいけど、これ後の祭りってことはないわよね。
It was her words that made me realize it. I was probably the only one who felt it.
二手に分かれよう。
I pressed my palm against my scarf, against my neck.
いいの？戦力が手薄になっちゃわない？
大丈夫だ。
なぜ？
ここはあまりにも人の気配がないだろう。
生贄が足らない。
そういうことかな。クラブで見たろ。普通の人間だと相当殺す必要がある。けどここの様子じゃ。
なるほどね。生贄がいない場所には近づく意味がないってことか。
おい。
Shiro smirked. As usual, I couldn't tell whether he was messing around or being serious.
もう完成してるって話だったらどうする？コンベンションホールの扉開けたらよ、死体がゴロゴロなんだ。みんな行儀よく椅子に腰掛けてて、よく見りゃ首から上がない。そしたらどうする？
それならどのみち一緒だ。戦力は必要にならない。死体は襲ってこないからな。
なるほど。そりゃもっともだ。よし、別々に行こうぜ。俺たちは下から登ってく。いいよな？逆にするか？
いや。じゃあ俺は上から降りてくることにするよ。
I had wondered for a moment if Shiro had figured it all out, but I was probably overthinking it. He probably just worked his way with words to make me think that was the case.
オーケー。階段で上がるから真ん中ら辺で合流しようぜ。
本当にホールが死体だらけだったらどうするの？
キャーって叫べよ、大声で。二人揃って。
ふざけんなっつーの。お前こそ助けて欲しくなったら助けてって叫べよ。
そうしたら助けに来てくれるのか？
さてね。とりあえず笑うだろうな。
絶対叫ばねえ。
じゃあ私が先に行くから、怪我人は後ろからついてきて。
仕切ってんじゃねえよ。お前こそ俺の後ろからついてこい。
The two of them bantered as they entered the tower. I followed after them. The first floor was totally deserted. Shiro and Hanjo seemed to have already gone upstairs. The elevator was still alive. When I clicked the up button, it started descending from the top floor, the observation deck. In other words, someone was up there. The glass elevator ascended without stopping. Come to think of it, it was odd that Shiro would overlook something as simple as this. Knowing him, he should have at least checked to see what floor the elevator had been at. Which meant...
気づいてんだろうな。 あいつ。
I don't know if he figured out through his intuition or from the way I was acting. Regardless, he probably realized that I had business at the observation deck. That's why he left the top to me. The way I looked up at it must have spoken louder to him than words.
いるのは誰だ？
Yes, I had realized it. Those bastards were here. They were concealing their presence, but it wasn't to hide themselves from me. It was more like they were stifling their emotions, desire to kill that they all reek of. Were they beckoning me?
だとしても
I could figure out who was there through a simple process of elimination. This wasn't Wilhelm's style, so it couldn't be him. In that case, I was probably in for a battle to the death. If so, then splitting up was the right call. If I were up against an Irae wielder, then Shiro and Hanjo would just hold me back. I noticed I'd been unconsciously gripping my upper arm as I gazed down at the shrinking cityscape. After a dozen or so seconds that felt like an eternity, the elevator doors parted open.
そうか。
I stepped off the elevator and muttered to persuade myself.
お前か、桜井。
The moonlight shone into the observation deck, revealing two human-shaped silhouettes.
そして
My eyes were drawn to the giant. Of course, it was...
カインも。
引き合うものね。
Sakurai spoke in a sigh of a voice.
誘っているわけじゃなかったのか？
見ておきたくなっただけよ、この街を。あと少しだけ仲間にさよならを言いたくなっただけ。
Sakurai turned her head and stared at me. Her eyes were filled with resolve. As for me, I returned her gaze in due. If I faltered here, I was dead. Sakurai was the first to break the silence.
切り結ぶ前にちょっとお話でもしておきましょうか。それともいきなり始めたい？
いや、俺としてもできれば丸く収めたいんでね。
そう。
Cain's arms moved. His giant lump of iron for his sword rang, but Sakurai made him stop by the wave of the hand.
これベベルスブルグ・ロンギヌスって言うんだけど、意味合い的にはいわゆる影打ちって言ってね、真剣の劣化品。二振りある中で出来の悪い方を公の目にさらすの。それは真打ちを秘匿して神秘性を高めるためだったり、単純に乱暴な扱いから守られるようにだったり、まあありていに言えば広告塔代わりの偽物かな。これは黒煙卓のために作られた清掃の影打ち。本当の運命の槍はハイドリ秘境にしか使えないし触れない。だからこういうものが必要だったみたい。
Sakurai said that in a faltering, self-mocking tone of voice. A knockoff? A replica? That thing? Really?
私がするのはそれを作らされた運の悪い家の人たちの話。当初の黒煙卓はね、ハインリヒ・ヒムラー長官、彼が首領だったんだけど、言ったように本物の清掃はナンバー2のハイドリ秘境にしか使えない。これじゃメンツが立たないってわけだから、長官は真相を表向き世の汚れから秘匿するためとか、そういう理屈で封印して自分にも使える影打ちが欲しかったのよ。いずれそれこそが本物だと喧伝してハイドリ秘境ごと真相を葬るために、そういう理由で影打ちは秘密裏に作られなければいけない。しかも見た目が似てるだけの粗悪なコピーじゃ意味がない。本物とすり替えてもバレないように精巧で精密で真に迫る影打ちがいる。だから日本のある一族に白羽の矢が立てられた。そこの家は代々神職でね、ちょっと珍しい金属の精錬方法を知っていたの。目をつけられた理由はそこでしょうね。だって 本物の清掃は朽ちず錆びず決して折れない。ただの鉄じゃないんだもの。それが。
Sakurai continued gazing at Cain and the thing's replica sword.
私の家、私の曽祖父はドイツに呼ばれてこの影打ちを作らされた。でもおかしいのよ。もともとはヒムラーでも使えるようにっていうのがコンセプトだったはずなのに、結局それもすごく持ち主を選ぶ代物になってしまった。ある意味当然なのかもね。だって曽祖父は真に迫る偽物を作れと言われた。だったら誰にでも使えるものができるわけないじゃない。
Sakurai was smiling lifelessly as if through invisible tears.
運命の槍の影打ち。ベベルズブルグ・ロンギヌスは創造主である桜井の一族にしか使えない。いいえ、桜井の一族だけを狙い撃つの。他の魂は一切吸わない。
In other words,
私たちはもう60年以上これに吸われ続けている。逃げられないのよ。桜井は槍に吸われて生きる屍になる。そうなったものを黒煙卓ではカインと呼ぶ。そうして10年20年、肉体維持が限界を超えたらまた次の桜井が選ばれるの。選ばれてカインになるの。
じゃあそいつは。
that moving corpse is a member of Sakurai's family. So once the thing was destroyed, she'd become the next Cain.
この彼は3代目。11年前まで私が兄さんと呼んでいた人の。
Part of me was honestly speechless. The other half found it surprisingly logical. Tubal Cain was an amalgam of Sakurai's relatives. Her family was all jam-packed into that replica sword.
誤解しないでね。生前の兄さんはこんなありさまじゃなかった。かっこよかったし、ハンサムだったし、優しかったし、強かった。代を重ねるごとに彼らは肉の総量が巨大化していくのよ。より強く、より健康に。フランケンシュタインね。これが私の戦う理由。これが私の死ねない理由。
She was doing this to save her family.
ハイドリヒ教の恩恵は死人も蘇らせてくれる。不死創造。黄金連星とはそういうものよ。私たち桜井はずっとその日を待ったの。この影打ちから解放される日だけを夢見てずっと戦ってきたの。大好きな人たちを取り戻したくて。だから言ったでしょ。自分だけが愛と正義のヒーローだなんて思い上がるな。私はあなたの動機なんかにみじんも負けてるつもりはない。譲れないのよ藤井君。誰だって優先順位がある。
Let's say your mother and father were in danger and you can only save one of them. Who would you choose? If you had your beloved family member on one end of the scales and a total stranger on the other, would you balance them out? The answer was no. Anyone would answer that way. I was the same. I could still remember how I prioritized Kasumi back at school, staying by and watching all those other students die. That was why she had little or no qualms about letting the 800,000 citizens of Suwahara City die.
そうかよ。
And so now, I could confidently tell there would be no reasoning with her.
お前の理屈は分かった。けどだからって俺がどうぞというわけがないのは理解してるな。
もちろんあなたにとっては何の縁もない他人の理屈で生活が壊されようとしてるんだもの。抵抗するのは正しい。でも私だって自分が間違ってるとは思ってない。つまりそういうことなのよ。どちらが正しいでも間違ってるでもない。
Fairness, justice, those words meant nothing in the real world.
ごめんなさいね、こんな話をして。だけど私はどうしても我慢できなかった。あなたが彼をただの化け物みたいに思うことが。 そんな風に思われたまま私が勝っても、あなたは気持ちよく恨むことができるもの。絶対悪に殺された哀れな被害者。そんなえせくさい役柄、のうのうとやらせはしない。私は私の正義があって信念があるの。それを知ってほしかったって、ただそれだけ。さあ、これでおしゃべりはおしまい。始めようよ。どっちが勝つか。
And with that, I was the first to react. The guillotine appeared on my right arm, a thick blade meant to decapitate. Sakurai gripped her scarlet sword just a moment later. Cain remained completely still. Was he just going to stand and watch her battle to the death? Whatever lay under that mask conveyed no emotion.
勝てるつもり？その鈍重な刃で私の剣。
勝つ？そういう言い方は俺には適当じゃないな。
どうして？
お前の刀は勝負の道具だよな。戦いのための武器だ。だから勝った負けたって話になる。でも俺のは違う。俺のギロチンは
The scarlet sword came swinging down from above before I had time to finish. I blocked it with my thick blade, though mine was thicker and heavier. Sakurai's was sharper and faster. We were locked, blade and blade. The two on Irae gave off magical sparks, and the sun metallic radiant broke out. Both blades could take the other's life with a single slash. I couldn't retreat, nor could Sakurai fall back.
俺のギロチンはその続きは？
Sakurai's attacks were filled with explosive killing intent, but her tone had the serenity of an ocean lull.
俺のギロチンは処刑のための道具だ。
裁くだけ。そう言いたいの？
The scarlet blade pushed towards me from above, but I was stronger than her. My thick and heavy blade pushed her nimble and light one back. Sakurai's face contorted slightly.
じゃあ勝負をしに来いよ。勝ちに来い。
ええ、言われなくてもそうする。
Sakurai fiercely twisted her body. A loud metallic screech followed, but her scarlet sword moved not an inch.
どうした？勝ちに来るんじゃないのか。
Even I could tell that there was something wrong with her. The battle between An and Irae was a clash between two desires to kill. One with a stronger fighting spirit and a desire to kill would win. Skill was actually only secondary. If it wasn't, I'd stand no chance against these bastards who've been training in the art of killing for over half a century. She made a big mistake if she thought she could take care of me with superior technique alone, though I doubted Sakurai would be that conceited. It felt like Sakurai was holding back her desire to kill that would normally fuel her magic and strength, and she wasn't focusing enough to notice the gaps in my offense. What in the world was on her mind? I had the better stance. My thick blade's weight was overwhelming her nimble sword as they were locked together. But that was the key word, locked. We were at a deadlock. I couldn't break out of my stance. If I did, the last thing I'd see would be that scarlet quarter moon flying right towards my neck. I didn't believe I could ward off another blow. That was when I
離せよ
shouted.
そいつを。そしてとっとと逃げろ。そうすれば処刑しないでおいてやる。
寝言を言わないで。勝負の最中よ。
Sakurai shot a sharp glare into my eyes, which I reflected in dew. Our desires to kill clashed. Our blazing magic swelled up. At that moment, a deafening explosion. Tubal Cain had interfered with our duel. His massive lump of metal for his sword was headed right towards me. My body moved on its own. I thrust my right hand out as I jumped back, feeling everything shake with a clang. It was the sensation of my guillotine being repelled by a blade much thicker and heavier than itself. Such an amazing intercept. thing closed the distance between us with a roar in just an instant, and I now jumped back on reflex and blocked my guillotine out of been sliced in half. But Cain suddenly came to a halt and pursued no further. I'd forgotten to breathe during that clash. My heart that had been frozen in shock for a moment now resumed beating like a jackhammer. I could tell that Cain was looking at me behind his mask. He showed no concern for his fallen comrade. The thing was only looking at me. And that should be at me. The mix of man and abomination moved forward solely with the intention to kill, its gaze like a laser sighter on a killing machine. And with that, I blocked his attack, but I felt it all right. It was as though two full-power chainsaws crashed into each other. My skeleton and internal organs shook and shrieked from the shock. Cain then stopped once again. It was just like what happened at the club. Without any external commands, this monster only responded to bloodlust. I gasped pathetically, but Cain wasn't agitated at all. It didn't even feel like a living thing. It was a doll made to fight, not an opponent I could execute. I'd be killed if this kept up, and I couldn't win in a sword fight with that thing. So I dodged instead of blocking this time. The giant lance pierced through the spot I was only mere milliseconds ago. Okay, let's start that one. Now. The lance's handle was right before me. My right arm collided by it. Past was Cain's arms, connected to his shoulders, and those shoulders converged at its neck. That was my target. Sparks flew. I felt another metallic clash, but this one neither made my bones creak nor groan like two chainsaws. Sakura was the one who intercepted me. Her slender body had appeared from behind Cain's giant frame. Our gazes locked. Sparks almost literally flew between us. But I didn't have time to deal with her at the moment. Get out of my sight, Sakurai. You got wounded when you tried to evade Cain's attack earlier. I don't have time to mess with someone who's already injured. 4. There was no room for distractions against this beast. Suddenly, the giant lance exploded. A surging flash rushed out all around us, destroying everything in its wake. Or after that, the shrill sound of a fluorescent light rupturing ran through the whole floor. A lightning strike. That discharge of electricity sent me flying, and Sakurai, of course, was also caught up in the devastation. I saw it in the corner of my eyes. I think she suffered more damage, staying closer to Cain and all. It all happened in but a split second. A torrent of unbridled energy. My guillotine shielded me from the majority of the damage, but the scent of scorched flesh filled my nose. And Sakurai called Cain's name, but he didn't respond. Her voice couldn't reach his ears through that thick mask. An explosion of lightning knocked me away. But it continued for more than a moment this time. A torrent of completely unrestrained destructive energy swept me away. I protected myself with my guillotine again. My back was violently smashed into one of the observation deck's glass windows. My lungs felt like they'd been crushed. But Sakurai... Sakurai clung to Cain's waist. She protected herself from the lightning with her sword in one arm, while the other was around Cain. But her blade was thin, and the lightning strike was merciless. It tore through Sakurai's closed skin and flesh, and she kept clinging to Cain and screaming. was at that moment I understood why I could overwhelm Sakurai that easily before. She had been afraid of this outcome. Of Cain waking up in response to her bloodlust. As you know, without a puppet master around, no one could control the thing anymore. Sakurai's screams fell on deaf ears. Intense light burned my eyes. A pale curtain covered my line of sight as though the sun had suddenly shown up in front of me. It was a torrent of vast light that came with an impact. Everything was taken from me at that moment. Sight, hearing, smell, touch, taste. I was disconnected from the outside world at that moment and launched into a darkness seared by light. My body creaked, but I didn't feel a thing. With all my senses isolated, I lost sight of who I was. And with that, I defended myself with the guillotine. I turned towards the source of the white heat and released my Asai at full power. I lost consciousness for a moment. I was in midair. I didn't feel the impact. I was probably lucky I couldn't feel what had been the strongest attack up to that point. The first thing to come back to me was my sight, followed by sensation in my skin, and then my smell and hearing. I'd probably only blacked out for a split second. But that was enough. I could feel I was falling. Nothing was holding me up. My body danced in the air. The night sky was all around me. The observation deck slowly shrank away from my feet. I could see the pieces of window glass on the decimated wall drift in the air with me as if in slow motion. I had a revelation.
なるほど。
Yeah, I really did get it. My life was flashing before my eyes or something like that. I didn't feel like dying or losing, rather this change in my perception of time manifested to give me a way to survive this fight. Rizulka had spoken of it. The Irae degree was where you created your own rules, where your own values, common sense, oaths, and prayers warped reality itself. Just like she had controlled cursed shadows that robbed mobility, a manifestation of her sadism. I too had desires and values, a specific world I craved. What was it? Goes without saying. I wished for time itself to halt.
今が永遠に続けばいい。
That was what I'd always believed. I didn't want to lose the day-to-day life I loved so much.
それなら
This was the perfect time to put my rules into motion. I had to put the craving engraved on my very soul to words, now and here. I wouldn't die. I couldn't die. I was going to go back to my day-to-day life again, where Kasumi was waiting.
時間が
I prayed harder than I ever had before.
止まればいい。
My field of vision wind up all at once at that very moment. I slowed the speed of my own time. For some reason, I just knew how it worked. I opened my eyes wide. There was most certainly a road there, made out of countless debris blown away from Cain's lightning, shards of glass, window frames, and pieces of the wall. They moved ever so slowly as if in sync with my body.
よっと
I grabbed one of the big window frames and dragged it towards me. Of course, it couldn't support my body since it wasn't fixed in place or anything, but its weight was enough to get me moving back there. I recorrected my posture so I was now upright instead of falling head first. I stepped on glass next. It couldn't support my weight either, of course, but there were countless other shards just like it floating in midair. I just kept moving from one shard to another before the previous one would sink. I kept ascending higher and higher with each step I took. I reached a large chunk of concrete that had once been a wall. That lump of stone was over twice my weight. Perfect. I grabbed it, dragged it towards me, then used it as a foothold as I jumped with all my might. My body slowly swam through the air as it reached one of the observation deck's windows. The effects of my creation figment wore off just as I landed inside the observation deck. It was probably because the danger was over. It seemed I couldn't totally control it yet, but I had no time to worry about that now. My time returned to normal, and I shot forward like a bullet, unable to firmly plant my feet on the ground as I crashed into the wall at the opposite end. I hit my back really hard. An intense impact ran through my whole body, knocking me dizzy and filling me with nausea. I proceeded to make a big show of throwing up right then and there. Cain's lightning strike stopped. I was lucky. If he'd blown me away again, there wouldn't have been any of that debris left for me to get back up with. Sakurai was collapsed at Cain's feet. She was frozen completely still like a deer in headlights, her raised face blanketed with the look of shock. Well, it was no wonder. I just came back from being blown out of a tall tower, and she likely had no clue I used for a scaffold. Cain was completely motionless. Maybe Kay is pleased had finally gone through to him. Once I finished throwing my guts up, I staggered to my feet to wipe my mouth and glared at Cain.
すげえだろ。もう一度やれって言われてもごめんだけどな。
藤井君、あなた。
ってなんだよカイン。あんたもうボロボロじゃんか。
It seemed that the thing with Cain was that he would not move. It was that he could not move. Cain's body was starting to fall apart like an unraveling mummy. It was likely just a matter of time before it completely broke apart.
来ないで。来ないで。
Cain tried to take a step forward, likely sensing my fighting spirit, but Sakurai clung to his waist. She was closer to that earlier burst of lightning than I was, so I wasn't surprised she could barely move. Her embrace couldn't stop Cain. All she was doing was postponing his inevitable fate.
止まるカイン。
I slowly approached the two of them. I couldn't let him go free. Regardless of those circumstances, I couldn't forget all those students I failed to save. I had to ensure he paid for his crime. Sakurai let go of Cain. She staggered to her feet and tried to point her sword at me. But she failed and crumpled to the floor. Her sheer determination was simply no match for her physical limits. It would have been a miracle if her body was responding perfectly after being electrocuted like that.
桜井はお前を守ろうとしていたのにな。もう敵も味方もわからないのか。
Sakurai said that he was her brother. In that case, I'd hate to force his little sister to watch him rampaging like this any longer.
終わりにしてやるよ。
I didn't know what kind of guy he'd been in life. I couldn't imagine he'd enjoy an environment where he was forced to fight even after becoming a corpse. His left arm fell clean off by itself as I took a step towards him. He was a lost cause. Without Sister Lisa around, no one could stop his body from falling apart. So I figured it would be a greater mercy to. Cain let out a roar in response to the destruction of his body as the false lens flashed brilliantly. I was engulfed by a black cloud of static electricity. He was trying to call forth that hail of lightning yet again. But I wouldn't let that happen on my watch. Cain's head violently into the side, but with a single decapitating flash, it fell off without shedding a single drop of blood. All that was left was his torso, holding on to the huge lance. However, Cain's headless body still moved. It swung the lance around with its remaining arm.
なるほど。一撃ってわけにはいかないか。
That was the most terrifying thing about this freak. It had an immortal body. If he had been in perfect condition like how he was back in the club, then perhaps he would have regenerated his head right here and now. However,
終われ。
my guillotine danced in the moonlight. I slashed him diagonally across both shoulders. I strafed around him before he had time to react, slashing him in the flank. I then slashed up and down. The triangle I carved on his back overlapped with the triangle I cut on his front. A roar came out from his decapitated head, but his giant lance. Sakurai had said it was a replica of the Holy Lance or something. I see. That thing kept him alive. I put my entire soul into countering the undead soldier's final strike. The two blades clashed. The cursed false lance burst open with a roar. The vanquished souls stored within it surged into the sixth swastika. All while I heard the voiceless death throes of the dying giant. By the time I regained my sight, he was no longer anywhere to be found. I then turned to my other target.
Sakurai.
I approached Sakurai, guillotine still out. I bent over and placed the blade, built to execute at her throat. That was not an act meant to be an attack. She could probably dodge it just by turning her body, but Sakurai wasn't looking at me. She merely kept gazing at the scattered remains of Cain, even as my blade pressed against her skin.
Sakurai!
I poised my right arm above her head. Even though there was no need for it, I only needed to add a little bit of strength to send Sakurai's head flying like Cain's. I still used as wide a motion as I could muster. And then No, I still couldn't do it. I couldn't bring my right arm down. I just didn't feel it. The guillotine silently vanished as though to reflect my capitulation.
どうしたの?
Her voice hit me like a shard of ice.
情けをかけるつもり?
I didn't answer. I couldn't answer. I just stared blankly into Sakurai's eyes without any will to reply.
見下されたものね。私を止めるんじゃなかったの。
I took a breath to answer, but instead just sighed.
じゃあな。
I stood up and turned my back to Sakurai.
今殺しておきなさい。でないと、あなた後悔するわ。
I turned around. Sakurai was glaring at me with eyes that looked like they could start a fire all by themselves. But I didn't have the will to take her glare head-on or push back. I was tired. The core of my brain had burnt out, leaving me unable to think straight. And Sakurai didn't have the strength to stand up after bathing in Cain's lightning. Her whole body and senses had likely grown dim and numb. Willpower alone wasn't enough to make up for her limp muscles.
死ぬなら勝手にしてくれ。
It was troubling. I knew I hadn't been resolved enough. Just the thought of bringing my right arm down to Kay's neck filled me with debilitating exhaustion.
私は死なない。
I could hear her loathing in her voice.
あなたを殺すまでは。
そうかよ。
I walked to the staircase without looking back. I just left Sakurai, Cain's remains, and that lance right where they were.
Oh! レイ! 無事かよお前!
Shiro and Hanjo ran up to me as soon as I exited the tower. It seemed that they'd gone outside to see what was happening upstairs. I was expecting to meet them on my way down, but it seemed they didn't have enough screws loose to ignore the explosions and keep heading up towards the observation deck.
何？さっきの爆発。
ああ、罠だよ。ここはもう攻略済みだった。
スワス地下になっちゃってるってこと？
ああ、そうだ。でもって、俺らが来るのを見越して罠が張ってあったんだよ。
よく無事だったな。って、ああ、そうか。
ああ、そうだ。
I pat my right arm. Shiro nodded. He knew about my healing factor.
で、下はどうだった？
どうもこうもねえよ。一っ子一人いやしね。
I was genuinely relieved. It seemed like I managed to avoid them getting caught up in this.
本当にここもうスワス地下になってしまってるの？全然人がいないのと何か関係とかあるのかしら？
さあ、そこまでは。とにかく用は済んだ。長いは無用だ。撤収しようぜ。
うん。
I started walking as Hanjo gave me an unsatisfied glance.
おい、
Shiro called out to me.
ちょっと聞くぜ。マジに答えろよ。 いいな。
ああ、なんだ。
展望台には誰もいねえのか？
When I failed to share on her answer, Shiro just asked again.
展望台には誰かいるんじゃないのか？
I slowly turned back to the pair and shook my head.
いや、誰もいないよ。誰もいなかった。
うん、そっか。
Shiro nodded.
よーし、じゃあ撤収しようぜ。かすみが目覚ましたら泡食うだろうからな。
Shiro passed me and started walking for the club, with Hanjo following suit.
うん。ほら、そっちも早く。
あ
But just before I started after them, I turned around and took one last look up. My eyes made their way up to the observation deck. I had killed someone there. Tubal Cain. He may have been a monster who'd abandoned his humanity, but still. My breath came out as white steam. I wasn't going to say I'd make up only by doing good deeds for the rest of my life. I wasn't going to say that this was inevitable. It was just...
消えるな。
And with that, I never turned back again. Wow, another short chapter. So let's see. Valeria is still alive. Wilhelm. Wow. So it's really just these four. The other four are supposed to be sealed off on this route or something. Anyway, 9 lances remain, 6 out of 8 swastikas. Chapter 10, Pale Death. End.